had a very chilly couple of days, and I feel like it harkens back to that conversation we had about kind of like spring weather being all over the place and how that can just like put a little bit of a burden on the body and a burden on the mind, of course. Just to kind of like warm the body up, we're going to do kind of a yoga for chilly, rainy days. It just felt like maybe a little time to take some like yoga medicine to warm the body, and especially to nurture the joints, which always get a little stiff in the chilly weather. My father's been dealing with some arthritis issues like in his hands and in his shoulders, so I've like recently been educating myself on like yoga for arthritis and just little movements you can do to alleviate arthritis and its symptoms. I would say to have a blanket ready for class because we're gonna kind of like snuggle into Shavasana. Maybe it'd be a good day for legs up the wall. So if you're feeling that, maybe you can set up near your wall. If you're gonna use the playlist, you can press play. We're gonna begin in a comfortable seat and maybe grab your blanket to create a little bit of a lift underneath your sits bones. Okay. So we're creating that little lift under the seat. Just eases up on the hips and the knees. So you can make that seat as high as you like. And just taking a few moments here to deepen the breath. Your eyes can be closed, or maybe you're just sort of softening the gaze on the floor in front of you to the horizon. Let the eyes relax. We don't always realize like the tension that we have in the eyes and the skin around the eyes. Just take a moment to feel that. Let the eyebrows sort of soften to either side. Relax the space in between the eyebrows. Let your eyelids get a little heavier, even if the eyes are open. Cheekbones, the nose. Now just for a moment, feeling the bones in the feet, relaxing the foot and imagining that those bones are all sort of stretching out away from each other, creating space in between them. Next, the ankles do the same. Then the knees. And then the hips. Feel that whole like pelvic area kind of like widening, softening, getting a little heavier on the mat. Next, the fingers start to stretch, just relaxing the bones away from one another. And the wrists. The elbows bring a little heaviness and openness there. And then to the shoulders. Dropping them away from the ears. And now with a really deep breath, feel the spine growing taller, especially the back of the neck. Almost like tilt the chin down ever so slightly to feel the back of the neck growing longer. Don't bow your head, just sort of like tilt. Lift the back of the head towards the sky. Then hands at heart center. We'll meet here, taking a deep and cleansing breath. Beautiful. Inhale, open your arms wide, letting the palms face up. Reach to the right and flip your left palm down. Good. Try to keep the core engaged. Don't like lean forward too much or lean backwards too much. It's just like a nice lateral lean. And then inhaling, go to the other side, flipping the left palm up, turning the right palm down. Good. And now just move with your breath, side to side. I'm already hearing all the pops and cracks in my spine. And you can really get energetic into these leans. You'll notice that kind of like awakens some of the muscle groups in the side body, or you can just really gentle lean from side to side. But feel that extension all the way through the arm, like you're reaching the fingers out of the hand off of the wrist. The elbow sort of like separates, the arm reaches out of the shoulder socket. Feel that. So much length. Let's go one more to each side. And then back to center, both hands facing up, and just start some wrist rolls. And as you do these, curl your fingers in, fan the fingers out, get some nice extension and a little bit of flaring in the fingers. Ooh. Keep breathing, feeling all that warmth flow into the body. And then inhale the arms up to the sky, and then bending the elbows out to the side. Bring the fingertips to the tops of the shoulders for some now shoulder rolls, rolling back with the elbows. And then rolling forward with the elbows. And then with your inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky and bring your hands to heart center. Good. We're going to do a little like spinal articulation here. Just think cat-cow. On your inhale, lifting your heart to the thumbs. Now, as you exhale from the belly, rounding the spine, and as you do, turn the fingers to point down. Now, this might be a little bit of an awkward sensation, so don't feel like you have to go for broke. Just move with your breath. Inhale, lifting, fingertips pointing up. Try to keep the shoulders soft. And exhale, rotating the fingers down as you round your spine and gather the belly in. Really warming up the upper body here. One more time, rocking back, fingertips pointing down, feeling the belly hollow out into the ribs. And then inhale, rising back up, hands to heart center. Inhale, sweep the arms to the sky and interlace your hands behind the head. Nice open elbows, lifted heart. And we're going to do sort of some like swiveling motions on the hips, but imagine that your spine is like a jump rope. So you're going to kind of bring the heart forward and then round the heart back, sort of pivoting around the center line of the tailbone. Just going in whatever direction feels natural at first. Feel the weight shift forward, then to one sit bone, and then back, and then to the other sit bone. And next time the heart is forward, switch directions. One more big rotation, and then coming back to center. Lift your heart to the sky. Fan those elbows back. Lift your chin a little bit, like you're feeling that warm sun on your face. And exhaling, release. Hands to the earth or maybe to the legs for a moment in grounding. Come back to deep and even breath. Beautifully done. We're going to roll onto the back, continue our sort of like head to toe warm up. And as you land here, knees bent, feet on the floor, feel the low back grounding, the shoulder blades spreading, melting, pooling out on the mat. And then draw the right knee into the chest, interlace your hands in front of the shin. We're going to keep the left leg also bent and the foot flat on the floor for now. Again, just to feel a little grounded. Flexing the foot, do some ankle rolls in the right foot. Just to sort of drop the awareness into the ankle and then pause with your foot nice and flexed. Take a breath in, feeling yourself almost like you're pressing energy out of the heel. Breath in and then exhale, point the toe. Don't go too crazy because you could get a cramp. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. It's amazing, that warmth in the calf muscle. One more time, flex. Exhale, point. Nice. Flexing the foot, interlace behind the thigh, and then press your heel up to the sky. Breath in. Exhale, bend. Keeping that foot flexed, that's the key here. Inhale, extend the leg as much as you can. Don't force anything, and exhale, bend. It's going to awaken the hamstrings, which also get nice and tight on chilly days, and also get the knee nice and warmed up. One more time, feeling that warmth flow into the leg. And then bending the knee. Now extend your left leg. Open your arms to a T with the palms facing down. Both feet are still flexed. Make some big hip circles. Cross that knee over. Swing the heel down towards the bottom of the mat. And then bending the knee comes out to the right side and then crosses again. You guys know I love these. I teach these. I feel like I do these all the time on my own in bed before I go to sleep at night. It's like such a nice way to relieve tension in the low back and in the hips. Next time the knee comes in, we're going to switch directions, send that knee out to the side, kick it nice and long, cross it over. Or you could go in whatever the opposite direction is for you. Nice and steady through the upper body. One more big circle. And then the knee comes into the chest. One more time, just hug the shin and towards the heart. And then set the foot down with the knee bent. Bringing the left knee in, interlace your hands in front of the shin. Start with some ankle rolls. Keep it nice and simple. Again, just allowing the awareness to drop into the ankle, go in both directions. And then flex the foot. Breath in. As you exhale, point the toe. Flex, inhale, and point. Go with your breath. Really nice. Flex the foot, inhale. Hold on to the back of the thigh and then press your heel up. Exhale, bend. Again, the flexing in the foot is really where you're going to get the heat from this. Press the heel up. Toes are sort of just stretching back to touch your face. Bend the knee as you exhale. Straighten as you inhale. Nice. Let's go one more time. Really pressing. Breathe in. And then bend the knee. Pause. Extend your right leg, letting the heel rest on the mat. Both feet are flexed. And then open your arms wide. Palms face down to really anchor the upper body in place. Let that knee open out to the left side and then swing it around. Start your big circles. Start to switch directions next time the knee comes into the chest. And then the knee comes into the chest for a final squeeze. Ardha Uttanasana. Keep flexing the feet. And then release. Pause in a moment that looks like Shavasana. Knees to the chest. We're going to come right into downward facing dog. So we're going to hold on to the backs of the knees. You can take some rock and rolls. These feel really nice. It's like a little spinal massage. Keep the chin nice and tucked. Or you can roll to one side and meet in the dog, whatever works. Full body stretch. Here we are. Letting the chin fall to the chest. Feel the back of the neck. Again, get nice and long. Thumbs and index fingers are rooting. Internal rotation in the forearms. And then outer rotation in the upper arms. Feel the biceps kind of spiral to the sky. Nice work. Looking forward, let's take a walk up to the hands or maybe a big step forward. Bend into the knees. Pour yourself over the thighs. Let your head and neck relax. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows. Relax the toes. Rock a little weight forward. Be careful you don't fall. And then hands to the shins. Inhale, flat back. Feel the spine growing long forward, out of the hips. Exhale, bend the knees once again, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center, just to be still. One last little sort of like joint maneuver. We're going to interlace the fingers, and just while you're up here, roll the fists side to side. Nicely done. Mountain pose, arms by the sides, heel to the feet about hip distance. Second toes are running parallel to one another. Thumbs spiral out, let the heart open, keep the belly engaged. And inhale, send the arms up to sky. Exhale, softening the knees, fold over the legs. Let's go into the scoop flow. Sitting back in chair with the hands on the thighs. Bring those hands nice and up to the hip creases. Elbows are back, gaze forward, and find a little cow belly breath in the spine. Nice open chest, open belly. As you exhale, reach the arms forward and sit a little bit deeper. Feel that energy charge in the legs. Inhale, straighten the legs and reach all the way up. Exhale, fold down. You can swan dive or bring the hands through center line. As you inhale, hands to the thighs, sitting back, heart is open, cow belly spine. Exhale, reach the arms forward as you sit a little bit deeper. Inhale, pressing up, feel the legs firm. The arms reach, exhale, fold. Hands to thighs as you sit back in your chair. Exhale, reaching forward. Inhale, rising up. Breathing through, exhale, fold all the way down, yogis. Going a few more times, hands to thighs, inhale. Cow belly spine. Exhale, reach forward, sit deeper. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, fold over. Inhale, hands to thighs. Exhale, reach. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, bowing down. Hands to thighs, inhale, last time. Exhale, reach forward, sit really deep this time. Inhale, press it up. And hands to heart center. Samastitihi, breathing. Let's flow through sun salutation A, making any modifications that you want. Okay. So that means if chaturanga isn't in your practice today, or you're just not feeling it, like low energy, whatever, I trust that you know that you can do some planks or child's poses or whatever you'd like to do. Can't stress it enough. Inhale, the arms flow up. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, flat back, lengthen, and plank pose. You can plant the hands, or if you're ready to jump back to chaturanga, be my guest. From here, we're going to lower to the belly. Untuck the toes, inhale, cobra, heart lifts, elbows and shoulder blades back and down. Inhale to downward facing dog. Breath in, breath out. Looking forward, walk, step, or hop to hands. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale, bend the knees, fold. Inhale, rise up. Toning the legs, hands to heart center. Pause. Continuing. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Flat back, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga or plank pose. If you're jumping, try to land with the elbows bent and hugging in on the ribs. Upward facing on the inhale. Downward facing on the exhale. Music's too loud. Sorry if my music has been too loud. From your down dog, looking forward, travel to the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down. Flat back, lengthen. Step, jump, or flow, chaturanga, or plank. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. On the exhale, bend the knees, look forward, travel to the top. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold down. Rise on the inhale, reach up. And hands to heart center. Last one, arms up, inhale. Exhale, bowing down. Inhale, flat back. Step, jump, or flow, chaturanga. Moving through the vinyasa. Let's meet in downward facing dog for a deep breath in. And out. On your next exhale, dropping the knees for child's pose. Fill the spine with breath. Feel the heaviness of the hips dropping back and down. And if you really want to stretch into the low back here, the arms can wrap back by your sides. You can cup the heels and sort of pulling back on the heels. Feel the hips stretching back and down, almost like I'm pressing on your sacrum. Nice work. Inhale to tabletop. From here, we're going to take Anahatasana, puppy stretch. Keeping the hips over the knees, let's tuck the toes. And then walk the hands forward, letting the heart melt down towards the mat. Let your forehead rest here. Think about spiraling the biceps to sky, rooting through the thumbs and index fingers as usual. Big stretch for the heart and shoulders. If you want more, try crawling your fingers ahead, just like maybe a half an inch or to an inch. And if you want more after that, you can bring your chin to the mat, like gazing forward. From the belly, inhale, rolling forward. Let's take it into Sphinx pose. Elbows under shoulders. Create a nice right angle with the arm here, hugging in nice and close. So I remember back in the studio, I'd see this a lot. The elbow sort of a little bit farther back, creating a deeper bend in the elbow. It's just not the same pose. So allow yourself to really prop up. Check in with your elbows. You're seeing this nice right angle shape. And bring the elbows in so that they're hugging in on the chest. Let your heart open forward. Think about setting the back of the heart forward. That space between the shoulder blades. There was a teacher if you ever practice at Still Point, the old Still Point, Colleen Robinson. I loved her so much. And she would always use this visual of imagining like a big like headlight or spotlight on your chest. And you're like shining that heart forward. And for whatever reason, that really resonated with me. I could always feel just that energetic shift, that opening through the heart when I thought about like a huge light just shining forward, creating a beam of light into the horizon. Nice. We're going to keep the elbows where they are. You have the option here to interlace your fingers. We're going to tuck the toes and lift into a forearm plank. Floating the belly off the mat, floating the thighs off the mat. And now step the feet about hip distance. Good. We're going to rock the heels over to the right, letting the hips sort of go to the right as well. Inhale through center. Exhale the heels to the left, hips to the left. Keep going. Side to side with the breath. Keep up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. To center. Let's drop through Sphinx. And then just lower the head down, stacking the hands. Wiggle your hips and find the breath. Pressing back again to child's pose, or you can flow through a vinyasa here. Then pressing up through tabletop, back to down dog. Looking forward, walk, step, or hop to the hands. Pause. Hang and dangle. We call this ragdoll sometimes, just being really like blah. Everything's nice and heavy. And that heaviness actually creates a little traction in the spine, so you can feel that heaviness kind of like putting some weight on the body in a way that sort of stretches the spine, just using the weight of gravity, or the force of gravity rather. And then with nice soft knees, let's come up to standing nice and slow. The arms can continue to hang. And then you roll up into mountain pose. Lovely. On the inhale, sweep the arms up to the sky. And then grab opposite elbows. Boxing in the head, draw the low ribs in, take a breath in. And on your exhale, side bend to the right, tugging gently on that top elbow, hips pressing left. Inhale through center and sway to the left. Inhale back to center and bring your hands to your hips. Drawing your right knee into the chest. Feel how that lets the low back lengthen. And then slowly hinging into warrior 3. Send your heel back. Your hands are still on the hips. Maybe squeezing the elbows towards the sky. Let your heart open. That back foot is flexed and pointing down. Good. Draw the navel in. One more breath. And then stepping back for a high lunge. Find the shoulders over the hips. Nice lift to the heart. Reach your arms up. Feel the belly drawing in. Lift through the low belly and through the pelvic floor. Holding here, let that heat build. Keep your breath steady, your eyes forward. Breathing in. As you exhale, warrior two. Open up. Gazing over your front fingers. Stay in that front knee, letting that sensation build, breathing through it. Beautiful. One more breath. Flip the front palm, reaching forward. Remember those things we did at the beginning of class? And then reversing the flip, reach it back. Good. Two more. Flipping, reach forward. Flipping, reach back. This time reaching forward, radiant warrior. Exhale, cartwheel the hands, frame your front foot. Step back to three-legged dog. Send your left leg all the way up and back. Bending the knee, fan the hip open. Downward facing dog. Flowing through the vinyasa. Taking child's pose or staying in the dog. And we'll meet back in down dog if you're not there already. Looking forward, walk, step, or hop to the top. Inhale for a flat back. Exhale, folding down. Rise on the inhale, reach to the sky. And hands to heart center. Grounding in the moment. Heels, outside edges of the feet, the big toes, all meet the earth. Shoulders get heavier away from the ears. Inhale the arms to the sky, interlacing in steeple, so just the index finger points. The rest of the fingers are interlaced around each other. Biceps hug in on the temples and the belly lifts in. To the left first. Side bend. Feel your hips pressing right. Back to center. Move with your breath. Side bend to the right. To center. Exhale, hands through heart center, and then bring your hands to the hips. Lift the left knee into the chest, flexing the foot. Feel that little tuck of the tailbone as the low back gets long, and try to keep that length. Slowly hinge into warrior three, softening that standing knee. No need to lock anything out. Elbows back, heart is forward. Lots of length from heel to crown. Breathing in. And then slowly stepping back to a high lunge. Really good. Send the arms up to the sky when you're ready. Just staying here in the moment with the breath. All the sensation building in the body. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, warrior two. Grounding that back heel. The outside edge of the foot runs parallel to the back of the mat. And then flipping the front palm, reach forward. Reverse the flip of the palms and reach back. Flip the palms, reach forward. Flip the palms, reach back. Good. Reaching forward, pause, radiant warrior. Now stretch. Exhale, cartwheel the hands. Three-legged dog. Send your right leg all the way up and back to the sky. Bending the knee and fan the hip open. And downward facing dog. Flushing through the vinyasa if you wish. Taking a child's pose if you wish. And this will be the last vinyasa, so if you want to take it or if you want to take maybe an extra couple, I get it. Do it. I had a student, a rebel, that she like lived for that phrase, like, this is the last vinyasa, and she would come up to me after, like, you didn't tell us when it was going to be the last vinyasa. I guess she really she depended on that cue. All right, so let's meet on the back. However you want to do that works. You can hop forward or drop to your knees or whatever. Roll onto the back. Make sure you have your blanket nearby. We will be making our way into legs up the wall. So if you want to move your mat now or just get ready in whatever way you like to. We're not doing it yet. I'm just giving you the heads up. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Let your knees open wide. Supta Baddha Konasana. Feel each of the toes pressing into the other. Hands on the belly. Bring the hands down to the sides now. Palms facing down, walking the shoulder blades down and away from the ears. And on your inhale, lift your hips, keeping the knees wide. Breath in, exhale, slowly lower the hips back down. Low back is pressing. Inhale, lift from the tailbone first. Exhale, lower. With your breath. And don't forget, don't be afraid, I should say, too. So like hang in that lift for a moment. Feel the heat building in the hip flexors and the inner thigh. Nice. Let's go one more. And lower down. Knees together, feet to the floor now. Walk your heels in nice and close, preparing for a bridge sequence. Arms by the sides. Again, refresh the shoulder blades. And close to one another and down away from the ears. On your in-breath, pressing away with the feet. Feel the spine peeling off of the mat. Feel the chest lift towards your chin. If you'd like, interlace the hands underneath. Exhale, lower down. Soles together, knees wide. Breathing. This time, your choice, you can take it into wheel if that's in your practice, spreading the palms by the ears and pressing up. Otherwise, we're taking a second bridge. Feet plant, arms by the sides. And when you're ready, a nice lift. Think about curling your tailbone under and pointing your tailbone to the space between the knees. That really gives you the length in the low back. Press away with the heels and the balls of the feet to roll a bit onto the tops of the shoulders. And then slowly lower. Soles together, knees wide. A final time. Find your breath. Open your arms to a T, and then again, the knees bend, the feet are flat on the floor. Then take a simple twist here. Scoot your hips over to the right side of the mat. And then let your knees fall to the left. I really like to wrap my top leg around. You can do that as well, or just have the knees stacked. Maybe place your left hand on the top thigh. Both shoulders grounded. Back to center. Hips shift to the left. Let your knees fall to the right. Option to wrap the top leg around. And then again, back to center. Before coming into before coming into legs up the wall, we can take a quick happy baby if you like, or any kind of closing stretch that would feel good for you. And if you are ready for legs up the wall, bring your hips nice and close to the baseboard, and then swing your legs all the way up. You could also do this lying on the back, just setting your legs up to the sky. That's fine. Of course, like stacking the bones of the legs feels nice. Now, grabbing your blanket, you have a choice. You can slide it underneath your low back. That feels really nice. It's almost like kind of a combination of a restorative bridge with the legs up. Or you can drape your blanket over your waist, or over your like low belly rather, to create a nice like warm grounding sensation. Or of course you can just use it to cover up your upper body. Resting your hands wherever they're comfortable, but maybe they're on the belly, just to witness the rise of the breath and the fall. soften into the moment a bit more. Let the breath be so effortless. You can stay here for the remainder of Shavasana, or if you're ready to roll to lie flat on the back, you can do that now. Starting to deepen the breath. Start with the toes and fingers, bring some movement back into the body. And then you can draw the knees in, roll to your favorite side. Just trying to feel that coziness for a little while longer. You can even stay here, like all cuddled up in the fetal position. Take a little nap. But if you are ready to press up, let's meet seated with the hands at the heart center. Feeling the breath flowing over the tips of the fingers, those subtle sensations that we awaken to as yogis. Just taking a moment to feel grateful or to at least acknowledge that you've taken this time to step back from the busyness of life and to connect with your higher self, to nurture the body and the mind and the breath. And just knowing that that has such a profound ripple effect out into the world. There's always some like secondhand goodness that flows out into the family, the people that you live with, the people that you love. Thank you so much for being with me today, sharing your time and your energy with me. This and every Sunday, I appreciate you so much. Let's bring the thumbs to the third eye and bow as we say namaste.